Welcome. I'm C4 Crispy, and I've been asked to give my thoughts on the concluding adventure that we just finished for Abraham of Talking About Games, Dark and Terrible campaign. And I don't want to give away too many spoilers. It's not a very long session. If you want to watch it, I'll try to post a link down below so you can get linked to the actual video on Talking About Games channel. I certainly want to start off by thanking Abraham for reaching out to me and inviting me, a complete stranger on the internet, to join in his game. And he spends a lot of time on it. I know he does. He's very conscientious. And I always felt like he was very well prepared. No matter what we chose to do, he seemed to be very well prepared. We had a little bit, without giving away spoilers, we had a little bit of technical issues, and it was very, very unfortunate. I feel just awful for Josh. He had some internet issues and had to drop out of the session right before we concluded, and so I felt really bad for him because we had this big build up, and it eventually all comes to a head, and he wasn't there for it. So I have reached out to Josh and just to express my thanks for being in the game. It was an excellent, for me, it was an excellent opportunity to practice role playing, to practice trying as much as possible to stay in character. I was thinking about this a lot since I recently posted an actual play from my game last night. And there's nothing quite so humbling as to watch your own actual play. And I think that's a good thing. I think it's really good. Sometimes we can get, maybe just myself, but I can get a little, my head can get a little fat from time to time and think, oh, well, it's not just the forehead that's big on this guy. His ego is huge. And this is all true. So it's good to kind of pull the curtain back and see what's actually going on. And then you can judge for yourself, well, is this guy, trying to walk the walk, or is he just all talk? And I was thinking about that a lot while we played our session. So I was thinking of how when I'm describing my character's actions, I'm not saying I'm trying to do that. I just say what I'm doing. And then when there is a necessity for a dice roll, then that'll adjust the outcome, of course, as it should. But I just speak in first person. For that session I did, for the most part. When I'm describing where he's going or that sort of thing, I'll sometimes fall back into just naming the character. I don't think that makes a big difference, but the practice is just so valuable. And that's what I wanted to thank Abraham for giving me that opportunity to really experience as I don't normally experience, because I'm not usually, I'm usually the person that's running the game. And it's just such a different experience to be the one that's experiencing it from the player's perspective. I suspect that many of you also run your own games. And when you get into the opportunity, especially if you're trying to, if you're thinking about the game in the sense of how am I going to get more out of this, experiencing it from a different perspective is I found very valuable. And so I thank Abraham for all of his efforts. I had a great time. It seemed to go very quickly now that it's over, and I look back and think, I felt like we could have done more maybe, but we also really enjoyed ourselves. So kudos to Josh getting back into the hobby. I think that's fantastic. The hobby's better for it. And kudos to, again, thank you to Abraham for hosting the game and inviting me, a complete stranger, to join in. So thank you. I'll probably do a separate video just talking about the game on Sunday and the things that I'm going to change for our next game as I try to improve my own craft. Thank you for clicking on this. I appreciate you watching these videos and giving me your comments. Lots of constructive criticism, which I appreciate. And I just enjoy myself a lot. So thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.